So usually whenever I put out these exclusives, a lot of people question the validity of it and say if they haven't seen it anywhere else or if another content creator hasn't made it, then it must not be true. And months after, I see the same people come back to my video and say, you were right all along. There is always good news and great music to my ears. I have published one about the Avatar game coming up from Ubisoft. I also did one on Warframe 2 years ago, and that one got taken down by Leyu, the parent company, and I also did one recently on the Tencent deal with Warframe. To protect the identity of the individual who gave me this information, I will just call them Tenno. I will be explaining how this new deal will affect DE, their staff, Warframe, and the entire Warframe player base. So with that said, let's get into it. The deal that Tencent is making with Leyu is a very powerful one, and this is because it is also a deal for the remaining 97% of Digital Extremes. Perfect World Entertainment owns 3% of DE, and Tencent already owns that portion as well. And with this deal, they will own the rest of Warframe, all Leyu assets including other developers and future games, and this also includes the Lord of the Rings MMO, that is, as long as they still hold the deals for that IP. Tencent will also be taking the company private, and what this means is that the company will no longer be available to the public for sale. No other entity outside of the CCP control will be able to get hold of this, and it means no more shareholders for Leyu corporations. The 3-month window is to see how far the governments of the world will push back against the CCP, which is the Chinese Communist Party. Every new kid that is born anywhere in the world, before they even get their driver's license or national ID, a lot of them download some of these games, and the Chinese government will be able to collect data and have that information. And with the way some of those deals go, some countries like India may end up banning games or applications that have linked ownership with Tencent or their subsidiaries. This means countries like India may end up banning Warframe. So how does this really affect Warframe, the community, the developers, and everything around it? First, let us talk about content partnerships. New EU-LA updates will be rolling out very soon. For content creators who are partnered, Tencent will end up owning your assets and control how the company is being portrayed in the media. And this also includes the firing and hiring of DE staff that some of you have gotten accustomed to. This means Megan, Scott, Steve, all those guys don't call the shots, and all those guys can be replaced and fired anytime soon. So if there's ever a disagreement on creative control or how the developers felt that the game should go, they could get fired for going against Tencent. Furthermore, there will be more censorship of content and more bans to anyone or player who has anything bad to say that might affect the company or go against the new Chinese security laws, mostly for people playing in China. However, when it comes to chat moderation bans, you would see it everywhere around the world. The new partnership program will also end up opening up to more people, which will also equal to more revenue for Leyu corporations and Tencent in general. Content creators will become more like sweatshop workers, so to say. So a lot of people who create Tennogen items, people who create fan art that will end up in the game, you will in some way be working for Tencent, which can also be seen as a good and a bad thing, because on one side you will be making money, on the other side they will be taking most of your money. So what does this mean in general? Being that it is no longer just YouTubers and streamers, things such as Tennogen, like I said earlier, fan artists, and even music composers will be part of this new programs that has been created by Leyu and by Warframe. And as usual, these creations will become a purchasable in-game cosmetic and assets via platinum or real money. The artist will get a certain percentage of this, as I explained earlier. There will also be gradual new changes to Tennogen skins and pricing. For creators of the skin, the change may not be a lot. It might actually be beneficial, but the change might become detrimental to people within the community. Now, this also means you will be seeing several rounds of Tennogen every single year. The in-game chat moderation will also change. Activity rewards will become smaller, and RNG will be a lot tighter to certain items. The game will be pushing a lot of people further to buying a lot of items within the game, and a great example of this will be the Parazon mods, which are also available for sale within the game. So instead of grinding or farming for these things, you can buy outright within the market. More Warframes will be released yearly, and Prime Access will also follow with several unvaultings. So a lot of money will be coming in for the studio. Hopefully they can transform that and use it to create actual content, not just recycling of the old stuff that we have right now. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't or you should play Warframe. It is just something to keep you informed on the changes that you will see in Warframe as we end 2020 and enter into 2021. Now, this is something that I've been able to look into the information that I was given, and I've been able to clarify that these are not jokes at all. This is the same person that gave me info about the Tencent deal before everybody even started talking about it. So, well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.